Good evening, Aquarius. This is going to be your weekly reading. I'm sorry I've been running a little bit behind, but I've been having to put in some extra work, and I've been really drained of energy. Man. And then with these readings, it takes me a half hour to do the reading. And then with my internet, I swear it takes about an hour and a half to upload one video. So I usually invest about 2 hours in each video. That's not even including the time I pull the cards and I really kind of meditate on them and really focus on what the messages are. So, really more like about 2.5 hours per video. And I haven't been home much, because I'm doing, like another gig and in addition to the one I was already doing and my business. And then I've, had really awful arthritis pain. So I've had, been pretty miserable lately. And like I had said in the all signs reading, if you did not catch that earlier, that I uploaded that one before this one. This is my last video I'm going to do today. Is I might have to cut down to like bi-weekly, like maybe do 2 of these a month. At least until... And I know that there's a lesson in this, and I have not quite figured out what it is, because I'm always teaching, focus your energy on what you want to manifest. But for some reason, this channel just is like really kind of slowing down for me. I mean, it started off, I was getting like a lot of views, and I'm not really trying to judge success in that way, because my deal is that this is my soul's purpose. Sorry, it's a little dark in here. This is my soul's purpose, and I'm not really in it for like success or fame or money or anything like that. But I would, it would be nice to like have more money to do this. You know what I'm saying? So I could put more time and energy into it. But I do believe there's a lesson in this, and it does have to do with love and releasing expectations and really having more faith. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get started. And I should have put my flash on my camera. But we're going to get through this. We're going to do this if I got to get up and turn the lamp on. So let me go ahead and get started. We have the Ace of Swords. And the Ace of Swords, to me, when I saw this, I was thinking about the fact that you're in a brand new place right now mentally. Or you're about to be, because we do have some other swords energy. Or you're about to be, because there are some endings here. I'm really taking it's like got a lot to do with like cycles and changes. And I know, like, for me lately, I know it's been, like, a lot of cycles ending as far as really releasing a lot of fears. And, I talked about this in my All Signs video. And how do we release fears? We really have to face them, as scary as it is. And, our biggest fears will be our greatest teacher. And, my greatest fear has been loss. I'm scared of losing shit. And I'm really getting past that. Because now I'm to the point where I don't care. I just don't care. It's whatever now, And we're more than our physical body. And we're more than whatever we own, whatever we possess. We're more than that as well. So, that's been a big one for me too. So really getting into this energy of knowing that you're more than your body, knowing that your physical form does not matter whatsoever. Yes, we have to take care of it, but you have been other things. You've had other lives besides this one. I do think I'm going to light a candle. I can't believe I forgot to put my flash on. That's how tired I was. I'll give it a little bit more light over here because it's starting to get dark in my living room. I'll light one more. Okay, my crazy eclectic living room. All right, that's a little bit better. All right, to clarify that card, we have Mountain, Strength. And how do we get strength? We get strength and courage from facing our fears. And a lot of the fears that are in this reading have to do with intimacy. They have to do with opening up and being vulnerable and really releasing whatever it is that's keeping you from being intimate with another person. And the other message that's coming through with this Mountain card, with this Strength card, is that if there is distance between you and somebody else that you love, there are no mountains or oceans that are going to be able to keep you guys apart. You know, it's like that song, Ain't No Mountain High Enough. That's the energy that I'm getting from this card as well. And I was talking about this earlier too in another reading about really do release what you expect a relationship to look like. You know, that whole 3D idea of, you know, the TV sitcoms. And I had talked about this in one of my other videos earlier too about basically, you know, TV has programmed us to really believe that that is what a real relationship looks like. You know that, or, you know, we look back at like our grandparents and their marriage and we're like, wow, why can't ours be like that? Well, you know, a lot of times those older relationships like that, I'm not saying that there wasn't love, but a lot of times it was out of more convenience and sacrifice and compromise. And it was real fear-based, if you really think about it, because what if, you know, the husband had walked out on the wife? Most of the time she's very limited on her resources and very dependent upon him. And, you know, even if he did stray, she wasn't going anywhere. It was that type of situation. And there, you can take that one or two ways, you know, because we got this Queen of Cups here. You can take that one or two ways. I mean, you can take that as really truly loving somebody, because when you love somebody, you love them without expectations. You don't place any kind of conditions on them. Or you can look at it as, like I said, that whole out of necessity, that compromise, that safety, that security, that financial security that they had back then, that they needed, especially the wife. You know, it was a real fear-based energy. What, you know, I know when my dad walked out on us when I was 8 and my brother and sister were 4, my mom was terrified. She didn't have any skills. So she had to immediately find another man. And it was just a real codependent cycle. So do make sure that, you know, in your soulmate or twin flame or whatever can look different than you expect. You know, there could be an age difference. There can be a racial difference, or even a gender difference sometimes. Really open up your mind and know that, you know, you might miss your blessing by expecting it to look a certain way. So do really be open-minded. And it's really ironic because look right here. We have the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Swords right beside each other, looking at each other. And right away when I saw this placement, it's almost like the heart and the mind are kind of at battle, kind of at odds right now, where you're trying to figure it all out. But do always follow your heart and stay out of your head, because your head will always lead you wrong. Because this is your ego-based energy, that fear-based energy, that matrix where we do create in our mind. And be very mindful what kind of experiences you're trying to create right now. That's really interesting how they're there and they're just kind of looking at each other. It's almost like a mirror effect. And we'll get back to that. To clarify the Queen of Cups, we have romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. So if you have been in a connection with somebody, and like I said, you know, I'm really sensing very strongly that this is someone who's not your usual type. And that's why you're really so perplexed about it. But you have these romantic feelings. And you've been really doubting and wondering, you know, what is this? Well, this here is letting you know your feelings are very real. And what you're feeling right now about this person is very real. You can trust it. To clarify that Queen of Swords, we have the Wild Hunt, excitement, frenzy, journey. So maybe this person that you met in the beginning, it was like this. It was like, wow, this is the most amazing feeling I've ever felt in my life. And then something happened. This whole excitement, understand, believe it or not, excitement and passion are kind of fear-based also, because when you're in that state of pure love that is just pure and there are no fears, there really is no excitement or passion. It's more like calming and soothing and comfortable. And so the energy that I'm getting with this in that Queen of Swords is that things just kind of boiled over between you and this person. And you're not together now. And you're watching this video because you're looking for answers, trying to figure out where they are, what are they doing, are they coming back to me? But I'm here to let you know that, like I said, there's more going on than meets the eye. And a lot of times these relationships are there to help us raise our own consciousness and to be a mirror of sorts, to really show us what we need to work on. So do pay attention to that. We have beginnings. Sorry, it's starting to get real dark in here now. We have beginnings. And this is a beautiful card. This beginnings to me goes with that Ace of Swords. That something had to die, and possibly even this relationship the way you know it. It had to die in order for it to come in a different way. A better way. And I don't usually say better, but I'm saying better here. To clarify that, we have this Art Oracle card where it says, don't be yourself, be yourselves. Tell the truth in every fiction. Take a good long look in someone else's mirror. So this does clarify what I was saying earlier about other people are brought into our lives to be that mirror, to show us our shadow side. So do definitely take a good long look in that mirror. It says, don't be yourself, be yourselves. What I'm getting with that are your past realities, your past lives, your past existences. Everything you've ever been before. And understand, these were just physical forms that you took on. And on a soul level, you were still the same that you had always been, still been the same soul that has traveled all of these different dimensions, realities, and sometimes planets. If you knew everything that you have been as a soul, it's so amazing. And you can really connect to your past lives through music, through dreams, signs and synchronicities. Something will pop up and it'll resonate with you, something that never resonated with you before, but yet it's just really got your attention. Really pay attention to that. Tell the truth in every fiction. This is your truth. Speak your truth. Be authentic. Always be authentic. I mean, this message just keeps coming up over and over again. And once you're authentic, you will be the Queen of Cups. I'm not saying the Queen of Swords is not a real queen, but anything that happens in the 3D, in the physical realm, is the illusion. This is the illusion of who you are. This is who you really are. In order to know who you really are, you have to tap into all you've ever been. Beautiful message. We have the Eight of Pentacles, and I swear every single sign has gotten this card. And let me turn on this light. Well, I can't believe I forgot to. Ooh, I about stepped on the dog. All right, there we go. I can't believe I forgot to turn on my flash. It's got to be the most unorganized video I've ever made. All right, Eight of Pentacles. So almost every sign, I swear, has gotten this card. And what I have gotten with every single one of them, you see how she's painting? She's got, you know, either pencils or some sort of paint, and she's painting. She's creating. And this is in the physical realm. This is in your physical world you are creating. And this is the life you're creating for yourself. And if you're not doing this, do make sure you do that. Don't let this pain that you have going on over here, of this connection that's came in to show you who you really are, don't let that detour you from building your life in the physical realm. But do make sure that it's something that is authentic to this, so that it does resonate. And don't be scared to lose jobs, to lose friends. I know it sounds really scary. It really is, until you've been through it. You get to the other side of it. I mean, you know, I've been through that. And as you start spiritually awakening, whatever is not you will fall away on its own accord. I say that all the time. And sometimes it's the job that you're in. You know if it's been sucking the soul and sucking the life out of you. I mean, it just might be washed away real quick. And you'll just be standing there like, man, what am I supposed to do now? Well, really figure it out. Like, go within and really soul search and see what it is that you're meant to do. And how do you do that? We have the temple path, meditation, contemplating, really a message that's coming up for someone is spending time in the garden. If you like to garden, and this could even be, it doesn't have to be a flower garden, it could be a vegetable garden. That is what is going to really help you ground yourself and really connect to your own guidance and your own soul energy, is gardening. Gardening is coming up. So if you've been thinking about putting out a garden, it's for more than just growing food. It really will help you spiritually. Now, this is the guidance that's coming in for you. We have the King of Cups. And look, we lay them on top of each other. The King and Queen are looking right at each other in perfect alignment. Perfect alignment. A lot of times, like I said, we meet somebody and we fall out of energetic alignment. You know, like I said, you met and it was absolutely the most amazing thing you've ever felt. And then all of a sudden, you know, you started getting fearful and doubtful about it and wondering if they were really for you, and doubting your feelings, doubting their feelings. And then you fell out of alignment and you were like this. While meanwhile, your King of Cups was over here. But don't judge that, because you want to know why? Because everything is happening just like it's supposed to. Because if you're not in alignment, how are you going to push or try to force a relationship together? You're going to energetically burn each other out. So do take the time and the space to really work through this. And see, you know, both these cards even look like they're kind of longing and missing someone. And that's all right too, because sometimes you have to let people miss you so that they know exactly what you mean to them. To clarify that King of Cups, we have obstacles or detours in the right direction. And that is exactly what I was saying here. You know, when that energy built up and all of a sudden the two of you went your separate ways for a while, and you're kind of left behind looking at everything, wondering, how could I have thought this was something? And it turned out, and it looks like something that I didn't want, something that I've had before that I didn't like. How did that happen? That is that whole, you are creating your reality. And you're doing this through your fears right now. And that is why you're seem to be separate. You're not actually separate though. Trust me, you're not. And so don't judge these so-called obstacles, because everything is leading you exactly where you need to be. And if this person is not meant to be in your life, you're going to know also, because they will fall off on their own accord. I know that used to trigger me when people used to say that, because I knew what I wanted. I mean, this whole reading has really turned out to be a love reading. It's a lot of cups energy. A lot of cups energy. We have the expectation card. And this expectation card to me, once again, it's kind of like that waiting energy. See this Queen of Swords? Doesn't it look like the same energy? That mental energy of just kind of being conflicted and sitting and waiting and wondering and putting your life on hold and not continuing with your life, creating what you want. This is what the energy you need to be in, because you can attract anything that you want at this point. And we have the Bride card. It says, the bride ensures for a single person the fulfillment of their higher aims when near a distant, turbulent marriage life. I really don't focus on what these cards here say, because they can have like negative connotations, and I don't do those kind of readings. But once again, the energy that I'm getting, and look, doesn't that look like that's the same energy as the Queen of Cups? So we have that. And we have that. I mean, that's the same energy that I was talking about. That is crazy. We have the Sky, and I hope I said that right. The Sky presages disappointment and when near the coffin, early death. Well, I'm taking this, I mean, of course, not an early death, but that whole endings. There had to be endings, because, see, I'm going to put those two together. We have beginnings. So many synchronicities as far as in this reading goes. And especially like with the mirror and the lives, that's just amazing. Well, I have this postcard from Spirit. Hopefully I can read it. It's very dark in here. Dearest you, everything is in divine order. Even in chaos, there's order. We are always in awe of this. For you, though, on your human journey, things can get disorganized in your mind. Wow. In physical reality. You need to get rid of the clutter, whether it may be too many stories in your mind, too many what ifs, or fearful thoughts of the past or future. Instead, focus on the now. I say that all the time. Empty your mind, clean your house, and throw out any object that tells you an uncomfortable story. Discern what you have. Sort, purge, clear, and organize. We want you to have space to fill with something better. Spirit loves a vacuum, as it gives space for brilliant new energy. Let go of what is not serving you and give order to what remains. See them and know their value. Your soul needs organization in order to keep your connections to us and to Spirit free of distractions. You are adored by so many. We hope you really know that. Wow, that is beautiful. About the releasing clutter. That is really beautiful. That was a beautiful message. But anyway, Aquarius, this is your weekly reading, and I will include in the description of the video my PayPal email address if anyone wants a personal reading. They are $50 right now through PayPal or Cash App, and if you'd like to donate to my channel, I welcome that too. thank you for watching. And like I said, if I don't make a video for a while, it's because, you know, I've been so busy, and I will try to get to it as soon as I can. Thank you for watching.